Hey, what's going on, man? This is Big Grime. I have the Korg M3, and what you're looking at is the Korg M3 editor. For those who may be wondering that they use VSTs, this is not a instrument that you can use. If you don't have the M3, it's pointless to have it. It doesn't have any sounds. Its only purpose is to control the M3. I can control the M3 from this software. So if I switch from combi to sequence, I see it happening on my M3. That's all it's really made for. And this allows me to show you what's going on my screen on my M3 on the software. Um, on this purpose of this video is show you how I record or tell you how I record my combis. I showed you a video where I have different oscillators. I can change the limited 2 oscillators to 16 oscillators. But I had some people had some questions and comments that I want to address first. First one is, hey, if I use all these oscillators and programs and all that, will the M3 be able to handle it? Yes. That's really the purpose of hardware. Hardware is designed to work as it say it works. If it says it can do something, it should be able to do it. Yeah, sometimes hardware is known to mess up or have glitches in some things, but I mean, the M3 is pretty solid. I haven't had any problems with it. I never said, oh, they say it could do this, but it can't. It does everything that I want it to do. So I can have 16 sounds going off at one time. I can have all 5 of my insert effects, 2 of my master effects, and my total effect all going off at the same time. Use all of them at the same time and have 0 problems. No stutters, glitches, nothing. So it's wonderful. So you won't have no problems there. Now another guy, his name is Studio Berg 121. Left me several comments, and I usually get people like this sometimes that these are people that want to say, hey, you're not that smart. You're wrong about this and this and this. And I mean, let's face it, man, a lot of people think I'm smart, which I am pretty smart, but I'm more prepared than I am smart. I usually know what I'm talking about if I'm presenting it. I'm a human being, so I can make mistakes or not get certain things. But in general, I'm pretty prepared. And it's funny because when he said this, he said basically you can't record um, all 16 oscillators or sounds onto one MIDI track. Like that was impossible. That you had to record as audio. In some ways, he's true. He's right. Basically, if I'm in combi mode, I can resample myself playing. So I can have it set to where as soon as I hit the key, it'll start recording, or I can have a 4/8 count off with the tempo before I start playing. So, look, guys, this is how real musicians record. They record audio. If I have acoustic guitar, there's no MIDI. It's all audio, buddy. So, hey, if I had to record it that way, that's just being a real musician. And ultimately, that's what we're all trying to be, right? So, another way you can record it is actually copying the combi over to synchronous mode. So, like for instance, I'm in combi mode right now. You see the saw waves is 1 through 8, 9 through 16. Well, there's a square and a sine wave, but they all are on. So if I go to synchronous mode, it's the same thing. All these saws, they're all active, and all I did was copy the combi to synchronous mode, and I can record all of these tracks at one time. So I can have all of them armed to be recorded and hit record and record all of this at the same time. So I could do it that way, and then sample and then play it back and sample it. So if you feel like some people may not feel comfortable recording in combi mode because there's no quantize, and some people may feel comfortable recording with quantize. Well, if you want to do that, then you have to do it in synchronous mode, and it'll quantize all 16 tracks at the same time that you're playing it with no problems. Okay, so you could do it that way, and then you sample that. and then you can bring it back to track 1 or whatever as an audio track, and then have your 15 other tracks to build from there. I do that a lot. And then another way that you can actually record, this is really the ultimate way that you can record all 16 sounds to one MIDI track, is by using your DAW system. And he did say you could not do it with your DAW system, which, you know, was something like Sonar, which I recommend for people to use Sonar. You can record all these sounds to one track. You can record all these sounds. You can record the karma. You know, you can record all that to one track. Like right now, actually, I got 16 sounds open, but if you check the volume, you only have 6 tracks, the volume turned up. All the rest of these are turned down. The reason being because it just doesn't sound good. But they're there if I want to use them. And I have 3 effects going off at one time. Again, I can have my 5 insert, my 2 master effects, and my total effects going off at the same time. Okay, so let's go to Sonar. Oh yeah, by the way, these are the comments that he sent me. He sent me a few, actually. Makes me feel real nice and cozy. Well, anyway, here's Sonar. I have my 1 MIDI track open. By the way, the reason why I'm capable of recording all of these MIDI tracks at one time is because the only way I can play all of them at one time, they have to be on 1 MIDI track. For him to say that I have to record each track separately on his own MIDI track on Sonar is false. I can record them all at one time on 1 MIDI track. I'm about to show you that right now. Because think about it, if I got 1 through 6 open, I'm using 1 through 6 oscillators. They all have to be set to MIDI track 1 for all of them to play at the same time. If one of them are set to MIDI track 2, it will not play. Alright, so all I have to do is just hit record and start recording the combi. And it's that easy. I just recorded it. All my sounds are playing at one time. When I play it back, it plays all my sounds. And then next, all I have to do is just record the audio. I mean, as simple as that. Now, I do have a big delay on here, and usually this is just a production tip real quick. Usually I record it, like I'll have it out to here, and I record it, and I record the delay too, so if I need that delay, I can use it. All right? But that's it. That's how you record it to 1 MIDI track, and there it is. Check me out, freebigrimebeats.com, and I got free beats, instruments that I'm selling, software, free software. It's a lot of stuff on there, man. If you're a musician or artist, you need to check it out.